Good morning, everyone. It is I, your man Nipan Sharma, and welcome back to another video. It is currently 2:23 a.m. on Monday, the 22nd of February, 2021, and these are the player ratings for Saturday afternoon's draw against Southampton, and the 12:30 kickoff curse continues. We have failed. A big team, yet again, has failed to do well on a 12:30 kickoff. And we are no exception to that. And we simply weren't good enough today to win the game. But despite that, our unbeaten run in the Premier League continues. Our unbeaten run in the Premier League with Thomas Tuchel as manager continues. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it was an average performance today. Goals from Takumi Minamino for Southampton and a penalty from Mason Mount for Chelsea. Not good enough today. And if we play like this against Atletico Madrid, tomorrow we are getting slapped. Suarez is going to have a field day. He's probably licking his lips already. But with that being said, that's for a whole other preview, where I will be previewing all the Champions League fixtures, not just Chelsea, all of them in one video, previewing all of them and the predicted lineups and stuff in one separate video. So yeah, that's how I'll be doing previews and predicted lineups for Champions League games. All the matches and predicting each starting 11 for each match, if that makes any sense. So yeah, with that being said, so we get on to the player ratings now. So starting off in goal, as we always do, and he returns after 2 games on the sidelines. In goal, Edouard Mendy. He faced only one attack from Southampton, and that attack resulted in a goal from Liverpool loanee Takumi Minamino, dinking it right over the goalkeeper into the net. And he was set up by another Southampton player. I can't remember who gave the assist. It was also a very similar story in the second half, as the Saints rarely threatened. He claimed a corner, but that was the only time he was called into action. 6.5 out of 10 for Edouard Mendy. Now, moving on to Cesar Azpilicueta. Our club captain has become undroppable for Thomas Tuchel's setup. And he once again occupied the right side of a back three, and to good effect. Didn't have much to do defensively during the contest, but he was unable to stop Takumi Minamino's goal. So yeah, he couldn't do much about that. Spent most of the second half in Southampton's half as we tried to push for a late winner. Little doubt at this point. If he is fit, Azpilicueta should start every single game. It is as simple as that. Now moving on to our second defender, Kurt Zouma. Now this was his first Premier League debut under Thomas Tuchel and an opportunity for him to impress, which he didn't. He was at fault for Southampton's opener from Takumi Minamino. But having said that, he did improve after half-time, winning vital headers on to deny Southampton from scoring even more. Yet his one lapse of concentration proved costly. He gets a 6.5. Now moving on to Antonio Rudiger. So here we go, Antonio Rudiger. One of the starters in Thomas Tuchel's setup now. So yeah, he is one of Thomas Tuchel's go-to defenders now. And he played in the left of a back three. He provided one slack pass in the second period that put us under threat. But that was his only noteworthy moment. He gets a 6. Now moving on to Reece James. The academy graduate did not have much to do defensively at the St. Mary's, but instead he played most of his game in Southampton's half. He produced a few powerful runs, but didn't have the usual composure which he usually does when looking out to pick a Chelsea player in the penalty area. He should have done better with that late volley, by the way. He gets a 7. N'Golo Kanté. He was our standout player in the first half. The World Cup winner covered large swathes of the pitch. Claiming the ball, and he caused lots of problems for Southampton in the final third. He was also rather instrumental in helping the Blues bring the ball up the field. Wasn't that involved in the second period as we attempted to win the game? He sat back to ensure the Saints weren't able to start a counter-attack. And he did quite a good role working as a number 6. He gets an 8.5 out of 10. Mateo Kovacic. The Croatian international played well and escaped Southampton's press to help Chelsea sweep possession as we progressed upfield. But as the first half progressed, his influence waned. Same case in the second period, despite the Blues changing system after the introduction of Callum Hudson-Odoi, more on him later, and was bought off for Jorginho in the 76th minute. He gets a 6.5. Marcus Alonso. The Spaniard has now established himself as Thomas Tuchel's left back, if we're playing in a back three, that is. So, yeah, a left wing back. But he was poor. He was poor in today's game. He blasted a volley into Rosed early on. But that was true of his attacking threat at St. Mary's. He was caught out on a couple of occasions and was booked in the second half. He gets a 4.5. Now moving on to Mason Mount. The academy lad was very good in the first half. Completed a couple of smart runs forward, which fashioned shooting opportunities for the Blues. But it wasn't until the second half, that Mason truly influenced the game. Switched to a false nine role that he occupied against Tottenham. His clever turn in the box shortly after the restart resulted in Danny Ings bringing him down. And rather than Jorginho taking the penalty kick, he did, and he dispatched it perfectly. As we pressed for a winner, Mount was on the attack, and he nearly scored. He has undeniably proved that he was never in the side of Frank Lampard because of quote-unquote Lampard's son. He is one of our best players. Without a shadow of a doubt. In fact, today he was my man of the match. He gets an 8.9 out of 10. An 8.9 out of 10. So yeah, all this stuff about, oh, he is Lampard's son, he is Southgate's son. No, he is a manager's dream to work with. But having said that, there are still young English players better than him. For example, Phil Foden from Manchester City. I mean, what a player. What a player. Jadon Sancho of Borussia Dortmund. He's not gonna stay at Dortmund for long. He's either gonna come back to the Premier League with Man United, or he'll end up in La Liga with a team like Real Madrid or Barcelona. But more of that in tomorrow's video today's video later today, when we preview the Champions League. So yeah, he was one of our best players today, and he gets an 8.9. Timo Werner. After he scored his first goal after 15 games against Newcastle, I thought he'd... No, I didn't. I don't predict many goal scorers that often. The hope was that he would score again at the St. Mary's. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. He was deadly in the first half, but their defenders contained him. So yeah, he was kept well intact by Yannick Vestergaard and Mohamed, is that how you say his name? Mohamed Salisu. So yeah. It wasn't his best game today, and he looked rather average. He gets a 6. Stretched off now Tammy Abraham stretched off against Newcastle on Monday. I was surprised to see him in the starting 11. No sign that the 23-year-old was hindered by an ankle injury, but he struggled to make an impact on the contest. Sloppy passes, which led to screams of frustrations and a lot of breakaway movement. And he provided little to no support to his strike partner, Timo Werner. Rather average today. 5. Now we move on to the substitutes. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, this is probably the second time I've ever seen a player being subbed onto the field and then subbed right back off. The first time was Moise Kean when he was playing for Everton. Now, I have no idea why he got subbed off again. Most people were saying it was because of his attitude towards the game. But yeah, that baffled me. It was his pass to Mason Mount that led to the penalty. Still a surprise, but with less than 15 minutes to play, he was subbed off for Hakim Ziyech. He gets a 4.5. Hakim Ziyech. He was introduced to bring some flair and magic to Chelsea's attack, but he failed to do both. He didn't have much time to go into the game anyway. I'm going to give him a 5. Jorginho. Now, I'm surprised he didn't start. He didn't do much. He gets a 5 as well. Now, moving on to the manager. Thomas Tuchel, he gets a 7. If we had lost that game, he would have got a 4 or a 5. But yeah, he gets a 7. So yeah, it's as simple as that. Now, my next video will be a preview for the Champions League games tomorrow night. Wait, let's see what day I might have to do it in a few hours, actually. Champions League fixtures. Tomorrow. So yeah, the Champions League fixtures, the Champions League preview will be out tomorrow evening. And so yeah, that's the end of this video. My next video will be previewing the Champions League. Social media is in the description below. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. The like target for today's video is 5 likes, so that would be great. And I shall see you in the next video. You have been a wonderful audience, and this is Nip and Sharma signing off. Take care of yourselves. Peace. Up the Chelsea, and London is blue. And I'm out of